Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Industrial, there lived a hero known as the Boiler Hero. His real name was Brandon, but no one really knew him by that name. To the people of Industrial, he was the mysterious figure who kept the boilers running smoothly and the heating systems in perfect shape, especially during the cold winter months. His secret weapon, a simple tool bag that had been passed down to him through generations of his family. Each one of them a master of heating systems. Brandon had inherited the bag from his uncle, a man who had spent his whole life making sure no one in Industrial ever had to shiver through a freezing night. The bag was a magical thing, though few knew it, not because of its gleaming exterior, but because it always contained exactly what was needed to fix any broken boiler or heater. Whether it was a wrench, a screwdriver, or a special valve, the hero always found what he needed. It was as though the bag had a mind of its own, guiding him to the perfect tool every time. However, Brandon's greatest challenge wasn't fixing broken boilers. It was the day he lost his tool bag. It happened on a snowy afternoon when the temperature had dropped to freezing, and the whole city was relying on him. Brandon had been called to the largest building in Industrial, a towering skyscraper where the heating system had failed. As he climbed to the top floor, the bag in his hand slipped from his grip. Falling to the ground below, panicked, Brandon looked around. His tool bag was gone. Without the bag, he couldn't fix the heating system. The building was filled with hundreds of people, and every minute without warmth made him anxious. He searched high and low through the freezing streets of Industrial, asking everyone he could find if they had seen his precious tool bag, but no one had seen it. Brandon was ready to give up when an old property manager approached him in the cold. She had long silvery hair and a knowing smile on her face. "Looking for something, young man?" she asked. "My tool bag. I need it to save the city from the cold," Brandon said desperately. The old woman nodded and pointed to the alleyway behind her. "Sometimes the things you need are where you least expect them. You're looking too hard in the wrong places." Brandon didn't fully understand, but he followed her instructions, heading down the alley with no idea what he might find. And there, tucked behind a pile of old bricks, was his tool bag. It was exactly where he had dropped it. Brandon smiled and sighed in relief, but as he reached down to pick it up, he noticed something different. The bag, though dusty and worn, felt warmer than before. It had changed. He opened it up, and inside was a new set of tools, more advanced and sophisticated than any he had ever seen. It was as though the bag had upgraded itself. From that day forward, Brandon became more than just the boiler hero. He was a symbol of hope for Industrial City.